Hello, welcome to DK Bowl Job. I'm glad you're here. I am painting the view that I had going to the coast as we were driving to Beverly Beach in Oregon. This is the view we had on the right hand side. And what I want to do, I can show you the image. Here's the image. And if you notice the top here, way up in the sky, would be the visual suggests it's darker than it is in the middle. And also it's darker right where it meets the water. So I'm going to play with that idea on this painting. Right now it's sort of all one color. And I will turn down the music. I have some downloaded from YouTube, and I'm going to see if this works. Okay, so I've got the phthalo blue all by itself with a little bit of lean medium, and I'm going to paint that across the top. And this is dry. This already dried. So again, this is an experiment with oil paint. I love experiments, so we're going to do it. It's just got a little bit of medium in it. And I'll paint it across the top and see if I can blend it. And if I can't, I will, well, it won't blend with what's dry there, but if I can fade it out is what I'm going to try to do. Paint it across the top and fade it a little bit. So if I go across the top, which is pretty dark, oh yeah, this is nice. Nice and dark. Phthalo blue, and then we've got, and put it around the sides as well. I want to make sure you can see okay. I'm going to look through the top of the camera. I didn't really check that. I'll verify that you can see all right. I know you can probably see this image just fine over here. Oh yeah, you're fine. I'll go to another one. I'm going to go ahead and play this. So I will mix this. I'm going to make it mix over here on the top. Thank you for bearing with me while I'm figuring out the music. And then in order to make this sort of blend with what's back here, I need to use the color I have back here, plus a little bit of this color that I'm putting in, and that will help it blend. So I'm going to grab that, which is just a tiny bit of it was a new one, and it was a good color, a new blue. Okay. Well, I got it. Well, it's not a new blue, but it's a new white that has a little, it looks a little blue. It's got a little bit of color in it. So I'm going to mix that with the phthalo that I have here and see if we can just blend it in, no problem. This is oil paint over acrylic. Yeah. I think it will be fine. It's going to be great. See how dark this is compared to what's already there? And I'm using a 1-inch brush. Oh, that's pretty good. I think that's good. I'm going to call that a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Got it. It's good. Just going to go across, and it's going to blend in with what we got here. Now, I don't know, when you're at the beach, do you periodically look at the clouds in the sky, especially above the ocean? They are very specific to the coast, and they will be in layers. You'll see it in layers. Of course, the one time we saw the Kelvin-Helmholtz clouds, which was great. Those are awesome. They're like They are waves in the sky. This is not Kelvin Helmholtz. So lay that down. I'm gonna get a new brush. So the one I have was a 1-inch. This is just a 1-inch right here. I'm gonna use a fan brush. This fan brush is a 10-0 and it's dry. I have nothing on it and I'm just gonna use it to blend that into there. Using little circular motions, I'm blending it into, it's not blending into the color that was existing. What it's doing is fading out the color I just put on there so that it's not just sitting on top of the paint. It's gonna make it sort of fade out to where it's not noticeably a different color. Especially when you're at the coast, you're not gonna notice anyway. I mean, you're gonna notice just the beauty, right? I will figure out the music, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna figure it out. I don't know if it's gonna, I'll have to put them in a playlist, I think. That'll do it, if I put them in a playlist on YouTube, or on, you know, iTunes. There we go, not YouTube, iTunes. I know what I'm thinking. So I'm gonna blend the top of this. I need a paper towel. This is a workshop paper towel, that's fine. Get some of the paint color off of that. I just want the color taken off. And I'll use the top to use a little circular motions to blend that harsh line. And this is the point where you wanna take your time. We're not in a hurry. Nobody's keeping track of how long it's taken us, and we can take as long as we need to. And enjoy the process. I think that's very important, to enjoy the process. It's not like another job where you're concerned about what you're doing in the time you have. We are enjoying the time we have. There we go. There, it's pretty much blended, I think. I do see harsh lines right here. So I'll just wipe off the excess paint like I did, and I'm gonna go right back at it. There we go. So it's an optical illusion that the sky is darker than the horizon, and it works. It works every time. So it sort of gives the painting depth. Now I just got a little carried away right there. I will just take that off. And if it doesn't come off, I will put white with it and a little bit of that cool white and paint it again. It should come off though. I just don't take no for an answer. I'm just gonna blend it. There we go. And then I can mix up more. Again, I'm using the cool white. This is Gamblin paint. That's pretty much all I use anymore. I do have other types of other name brands, but I pretty much go towards Gamblin. And I was so excited to try the cool white, which has a sort of a, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's sort of a teal in there. It's nice. And it's what I needed to blend to make it show like what's already on there. And I'm blending phthalo into it. I know you can't see that, but that's okay. We're just gonna blend a little bit of phthalo. It'll be fine. And then working my way across. And it is much brighter, that's okay. I'm gonna blend it in. Because this is wet still, it will blend. I'm just gonna blend it in. It won't blend in with what was already dry. Could look like a layer of the clouds. And then I'm just coming across, going in little circles. My hand is like a little fan. There we go. It's just gonna make that mark all the way across. Going in little circles. And if I wanna do really well with clouds, I will go in circles using the corner of the brush only. And I'm wiping off the excess paint so that I don't just smear around the paint that's up there. What this is doing is giving the optical illusion of the sky and depth to the painting. which is what I wanted. I don't want it to look like a cloudy day. I want it to look like a beautiful day at the coast. So I'm just going side to side here. I'm going to blend that line much better than I did. And again, I've got a lighter spot right here. I'm just going to go in little circles till that blends out. There we go. And the next part we're going to do will be after I tape it off. So I'm going to need to tape it off. I would say, where's the water? Well, if you look at my picture compared to this picture, the proportions are a little bit off, but there's the back sand right there, just like this part right here. And here's the foreground sand that's still further back, but it's the next step. And then we come up to the ground that we're going to work on later. So what I'm going to do is tape off where the water's going to be. So I haven't painted here today at all, and it's been dry. I had it drying in the other room, and I have some painter's tape here. What I want to do to tape that off, to make a nice straight line for the water, because water finds its own level. Water will not be sideways. That would make your painting look kind of funny. Water will not be water in the ocean. You're not going to see waves clear out there. You won't see little waves splashing. You're not going to see a whale. You're not going to see anything because it is so far away. It's out in the ocean. What we need to do is come down below where the dark clouds are, but above where the water's going to be. So I'm going to tape that off, and then I will take out some of the sandbank. I know I will. I'm going to come down past, just to the edge of that cloud. Not worried about that tree in there. And what I need to do is eyeball it. We're going to eyeball it. Right here it needs to be pretty much the same as it is over here. Now if you want to get a tape measure or a ruler and make sure it's the same, knock stuff out. I'm just going to eyeball it, and then I'm going to push it down. The only part I need to push down on here is right here. I do not need to touch the top. I'm not going to be painting on the top. In fact, a little tiny bit of tape would be perfect. Go right there. All right, there we are. And of course my music stopped, which, you know what? I've got to figure out how to play that in a playlist. I will do that. It will happen. Maybe not today, but it's okay. Okay, so I've got it. Now I'm ready to put the water in. And that would be using the same little fan brush I was using, only I'm going to mix phthalo blue and ultramarine together and make the water. So if you look at the water, and you know, I may do it in the next one. I think I'm probably going to do it in the next video. We've got it all taped off, and you just have to watch the videos step by step, I suppose, to make sure you get all the steps. But we've got it taped off and ready to go. And what we're going to do is put in this color. So you see how much darker the value of this color of water is compared to the sky. That's what we're going to try to achieve here. And what I'm seeing in the color is ultramarine. There's ultramarine there. I'm seeing phthalo and white right there. And I could use phthalo, white, and also the cool blue that I had. I like that cool blue. I don't know why, but I do. Anyway, I'm going to use that. So there's also a little bit lighter right back here. So I'm going to call it good for today. I want to know, I want to show you how to do the water. So we'll tape it off like this, make sure it's taped off, and then, yes, I will do it in the next video. So I thank you for joining me today, and please subscribe to my channel, which is at DK Buljab. Please subscribe to that, and next time we will do the water. Thank you for joining me and watching this video. Please like it. Please subscribe to my channel and share it with other people that want to learn how to paint oil over acrylic. All right. God bless you, my friend.